Well, hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and today we are working on our journal monthly. So this is what we did last week. We made our cover. This one's got a bit bent, needs to go under a heavy book, but anyway. And we've got our two signatures, and I told you we was going to put something else in the middle. So what are we going to put in the middle? Well, I thought it would be nice to have an envelope. So I've got a piece of cardstock. I'm lining it up there. I'm going to take my metal ruler, slide it back a bit, fold it up. I'll give you measurements in a minute when I've done it so we can see where we're at. Bend that up like that. This is where you see whether or not you bent it straight, although I think maybe the cardstock's not straight, but we've got to shorten it anyway, so that's not a major problem. Give yourself a gap to slide stuff in and out, and then bend it back again. Now, I've got a feeling that is, yeah, miles too wide. Thought that was going to be the case. So, should we try that again? Oh my goodness gracious me. Do it this way, Claire. You can tell it's not going to be a good day when you can't even fold a basic envelope. Right, same principle, just with the right sizing. So put your first fold up like so. Try and get it straight one side or the other. There you go, that side. Leave yourself a space. Oh my goodness, look how rubbish that is. Right, we're going to have to do some trimming, aren't we? Anyway, and then fold that back over there like that. And we only want it really to come that far so we can reuse that fold. But now, of course, we need to straighten the whole thing up. So, you know, hopefully you're better at that than I am, and you won't have had this problem. Right, so we know we've got the right width now, and we want the right height. So give ourselves a little bend there. I can't help it, I don't like measuring. So put my ruler, I've got my scalpel blade. That's got rid of that. We now want to get rid of this one. Like that. Okay, now we just want to work out getting it straight. So if we get rid of the mucky mat, you know, I mean, maybe if I'd have just played ball in the first place rather than messing around, it would have been straight from the beginning. See, now that looks straight to me, so this is very bizarre. So put it on that line. There you go. Now we can see how fast out it was. Cut that little bit off. So that's straight. That one's not straight. So again, lining it up on my mat. Okay. So after all that faffing around, you've now got, still not straight, I'm telling you, that is still not straight. So do you know what? When something like this happens, we embrace the art of it, okay? So, go like that. Give yourself a nice angle. This is a really rubbish video, isn't it? So, there you go. And now it's definitely skew and it doesn't look like a problem. And that is to show you that at the end of the day, you know, there is no such thing as making a mistake, because when you do, you can cover it up with something else. Okay, and this is going to be our envelope that is going to go in the middle like that. Still skew with, but anyway. I just give up with it. Do you know what I mean now? I'm done. It's always going to be skew with. It was meant to be skew with. It's happy being skew with. Right. So that goes like that. And that goes like that. I'm not going to sew it in on video, because at the end of the day, I'm sure by now you all know how to sew in a journal. If you don't, leave me a message in the comments and I'll do it on the next video of this, which will be on Friday. So now I've got all this blue. You know I love blue, but I wanted to incorporate these beautiful vintage photos by Sam Paul of the peonies, and of course they're pink, so that gave me a bit of a dilemma. And then I remembered I had this, and these are blue and pink, so by using this I can now bring this in. Okay, still stuff that was in my stash. Admittedly, I did have to print it out. It wasn't pre-printed. And I'm going to use these as my signature fronts. Get rid of the mouse. I don't know why the mouse is there. Right, so I'm going to go with these top two first of all, because I think they're awesome. Okay. I think this one will be my first signature. This one will go on my first whistle. That's an old TV programme, isn't it? Gladiators or something, I think. There's a similar thing on at the moment called, I believe, Warriors. I don't know. Anyway, I'm waffling about unnecessary rubbish. So there's our first one, and this is going to go on the front signature, and then this one I'm going to do on the back signature, and obviously I'm going to layer it up. And any, you know, card stock you've got, you know, any of those books that you buy that have got printed papers in, they're all printed to deliberately coincide with each other, as are most digikits, so obviously you could use anything along those lines. So we've got this one for this one, and this one for this one. Let's move that knife before I slice a finger or two off. Now, I'm going to go through my envelope of goodies that goes with the making of this, and I'm going to have a look now how do I want to layer this? Am I going to layer it with book page? Maybe some shorthand. Yeah, so I'm going to take the shorthand to the bottom left, and then I'll see if I've got some dictionary paper local, and that can go to the top right. So this is going to go here like this. Scrape my chair. It did have lovely like foam pads on its feet, and they've obviously worn off because now it makes dreadful noise when you move it in and out. Right, I'm tearing this page out. Don't know what words are on it yet. Yeah, that should be fine. I mean, it's a dictionary, so even if there are unpleasant words, it's a dictionary, you know. I like the rough edge, although that one's dead straight, and so is the top. So let's go for dead straight rather than the shabby tear ruler that I usually use. Okay, so that's going to go up there. So again, break measuring, as you can see, coming all the way down, but then tearing it off about there. Okay, so I've got bottom left, top right, and there's my top image that's going to sit under there like that. But I feel like I need something there, and this is usually where a piece of lace or something comes in. Actually, I've got this builder's cloth. I love this stuff. It doesn't necessarily tear very well, although of course if we're going for shabby, let's go for shabby. So we'll have a piece and a piece. So let's start gluing so we know where we're at. I'm using glue stick because this is paper to paper, and I have got my messy mat. How about that? Although I seem to be doing everything on the mat, so that's really defeating the object, but hey ho, this is what I'm like, this is how I work. And this one goes to the top, okay, and then we're going to have a bit of this lovely tatty builder's cloth that's been tea dyed or coffee dyed, whatever. Yeah, that's right, it will only rip one way, I remember now. Okay, and you can sort of basically destroy it to get the rest out. This is fabric, but I know it will stick with this, no problem. And I'm overhanging it, and then I'm just going to leave, I think, that one top like that, and that's going to be my first signature front page, as it were. Okay. There you go. Signature one. I think when you do the cover for his signature, you really want it to sort of be inviting you in to see what comes behind. And I think that works amazing. But I feel like I want some buttons down there. Now, I have got these paper buttons that I made a long time ago by simply putting a napkin, it's a nice blue, putting a napkin onto a piece of card and then punching out tiny little circles, and it just makes these like imitation buttons. Okay, but because they're card, obviously they're nice and flat. You could use real buttons. As you know, I do have a number of real buttons, but I'm choosing not to. And conveniently, to the side here, I have got a, what's this called? An embroidery needle. So I'm just going to literally stab there and push through like so. Give myself a bit of dangle, and then I'm going to come back through the other side like that. You can hold that down, put your needle under it and bring it through to create a knot. I do it that way because my fingers are too clumsy to actually tie a knot on something that small. And then just pop some glue on it. Stake this glue, honestly. And then I'm going to put it on there. So that's button number 1. I haven't really got enough thread, have I? Never mind. Button number 2. And again, part of the reason I'm all fingers and thumbs today and not very Cosmos, if you'd noticed, because I am always a bit weird, is because my boo's not very well. And as you know, my boo is my baby, and it's really freaking me out. She's got a vet's appointment at 4:30 today, and I'm hoping that he's going to sort her out, and that'll be the end of that, and we can go back to normal happy life. But yeah, at the moment I'm just, well, not good. And I just heard her moving across the office floor, which is what reminded me. So sorry and all that, not to be giving you my 110%. Okay, so there's our 3 buttons. I feel like that now is trying to keep them in a line, but as you know, I like things in odd numbers. So there you go, there's our 3 buttons. That really drags me in, if you know what I mean. It makes me want to really open it up and see what else is inside. So 1, then our envelope, and now we'll do that again for this one, but obviously we want to do it different this time. We don't want it to be exactly the same. So I am going to use dictionary page, case you hadn't realised, I'm a little bit addicted. I am going to use my tear ruler this time, if only I could find it. And as I can't find it, oh, I've got this one. I forget I've got this one. This is one that hubby got me for Christmas. It's lovely, and it is actually also a die, and it's got like a ruler on it. I don't know why I forget about it, but I do. And actually it's much tighter tear than my big plastic one, so it's nice. He bought it for me originally because obviously and it's got two different ones, as you can see. If we do the bottom with that one. Oops. See, I can't even do that properly. Oh well. That's going to go there like that. That's going to pop on there. And then I thought, if I took a piece of, no, not that, I want a piece of card out of my rubbish tray. And we'll do another one of these. I do like these, where we do the holes. So it looks like we've pulled it off of a notebook or whatever. And actually I quite like that, using both sides, so you've got tight and loose. I can't help it, I'm a bit mad, don't I? And then I think I want to tear out these so it really looks like it's been torn out of a book. And then I'm gonna move that over a little bit, I think, so it's not quite central. And I'm going to add that to the bottom there, but it needs a bit of inking. It's a bit bright, isn't it? So we just put a little bit of ink on that so that it's not so white. Very stark. That's better. Okay. And then I feel like I need something else under there. What's the other thing that I could put under? I don't. Oh, should we use a little bit of this cloth again? But we'll use it this way this time. We'll pull some strings and we'll cut it there. Pull some more strings. Okay. So first things first. I'm going to put this one on. There's our dictionary page. We're going to put some of this up here, like that. All our strings. But I quite like that, you know I do, although that's a bit long. There we go. Oops, get rid of that. Rid of that like that. Then we're going to glue this. See, I've got good girl. I've moved my actual work off of here now. I'm going to overlay that on there, and then we're going to put a big, lovely picture. So here's our picture on the front. And then I just feel like I want an extra bit of lace on there, just because I can. Oops. Wow, this is so long, this thing. Right. Just as a point of reference, this actually came from Temu. It's a beautiful bit of lace. As you can see, it's on this netting back, which is quite awesome. Just see, no, it's well stitched. We can't batter that out, but we could put that down there. So we've got the 3 layers that run in there. There we go. So the next stage of our book is signature cover 1, signature cover 2, and our envelope that's going to go in the middle. So as always, oh, can you see that? Not really. I've been working off camera all morning, wouldn't surprise me. There we go. Now you can see it definitely. So there we go. That's what we've done today. As always, I'd like to say thank you for joining me. I hope you found some joy and inspiration in what we've done. Stay safe. I'll be back for, I think it's part 3 or 4 on Friday. Bye for now.